no right to do that.
When you supposed to wear that at, Fisher?
With my man.
You're not taking you nowhere in that.
Night tip, and I show up with a bonnet on and Crocs. You know why I'm here.
Black men have always been trying to work their way up. So they've never put us in a position to oppress us, right? We've always had to work together back in the day.
Fred, I said we'll talk about that some other time.
You don't tell me what I talk about. You don't tell me what I talk about in my own house.
Yo, what's good? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. Yes, like I always do. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody having a good holiday out there today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the holiday. You know. Hopefully everybody is doing their thing. You know, maybe you're having a little barbecue, maybe you're doing, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? We all turned up out here. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, man, y'all read the title. It is what it is. We got women that are regretting doing OnlyFans. We also have, the dark side of the sugar baby aspect and things like that. We're also going to have Coach Greg Adams in the broadcast room. Shout out to him, for real though. Shout out to him. I got to do it. Yep. And it's crazy out here and things like that. We're going to talk about the dynamics that a lot of these women are going to go through when they choose to have OnlyFans. We also know that as in society, in life, women have a greater emotional toll that life will take on them if they choose to go down the wrong path. These are not things that people don't know. Everybody knows this. Of course, men and women are built different, especially physically, mentally, and emotionally. But, these are the things that we, are quote unquote trying to refigure out in today's society, which were already figured out by ancestors in the past. But, hey, what did they know? What did the ancestors know? Yeah. What did they know? So, yeah. Like we always do, of course, we're going to dive off into the wonderful, beautiful ladies of the world. It is what it is. Let's go here now. Let's check them out.
Reasons to have two wives.
Uh-huh.
You'll always have two pairs of hands. You'll always have two options for food or
Ooh-wee. Okay. Yes. It's always about these lovely ladies. Yes, you know what I'm saying. Ooh, that ling-ling right there. Them ling-lings getting a little thick out here. Oh my goodness. Okay. We always got to have a little mocha chocolate going on around here. You know how it is. Oh, man. That beach life is something else. Yes. Got to throw that towel sister up in there. Hey, nothing wrong with a little towel. Hey, if she tall, and she willing to accept a short king, I'm down for it. I am down for it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, yeah, man. I love all the women of the world, especially if they love me back. You know what I'm saying? For real though. So, okay. All right, we're about to dive off into this now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Always, yeah, talk to me. I do talk back. Okay. So, yeah, we're about to dive off into Dingbat time. Dingbat time. Here we go. Yeah, shout out to Dingbat time for real. Okay, so first off, in Dingbat time, I gotta show you guys this. Real talk. This chick right here is like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it play and let y'all hear what she has to say.
Be grabbed by the pussy than have a pussy for president.
What?
Woo! Go you, go you, go you.
And you're happy with that language?
I'm very happy with that language. Look, none of us are that polite behind closed doors. My girlfriends have ruder language. Real men have ruder language. The gentleman clapping is a real man, obviously. He would have ruder language
Katie,
than pussy. I'm not offended by the expression.
He's no longer in the locker room. He's in the Oval Office.
Sure, and that was a private conversation 8 years ago before he was running. Whilst Clinton was in the Oval Office, of course, Monica Lewinsky was on her knees with Hillary stood right by her. So I don't know if you're going to say that's any better, sweetie, because I don't think it is.
She's not president. I'm talking about the current president-elect.
Yes, but when Bill Clinton was president.
I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the future.
And 8 years ago, before...
Oh, see, here we go right there. Hold on. I don't like this deflecting by this dude right here. Hey, dude. Hold on. Dude, where your balls? Dude, the woman has more balls than him. Even she said she would prefer balls in the office. Oh, over cat. I mean, hold on here, because I'm confused now. Now I'm confused. She's saying that, even, the masculine, but basically what she's saying, the masculine men is going to, do their thing. Like, this is what women want. Women want masculine men. I don't care what they try to portray out here in the public and stuff like that. Listen, look, you got this, you got this idiot right here talking all this shit. Let's keep going real quick. Let's keep going.
Donald Trump even ran, he used the word pussy. I'm not offended. You are. You deal with your issues.
Are any of you have no issues? I'm just curious. Is any part of you remotely concerned about the nature of...
No, what we needed in America was someone that was going to have a strong lead, who was going to stand up for white people as well as black people in America, who was going to stand up for bringing jobs back, for allowing Americans to have their weapons, and for allowing the Supreme Court to be a conservative Supreme Court. No one here can really understand that, which is why the pollsters were wrong, why you guys were wrong, why state broadcasters were wrong, and every other commentator and every other pundit was wrong.
Last question
because
for
you
you.
didn't get it.
Yo. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Dude. Hey, dude. How you gonna let this woman have more balls than you? Even she said, hold on, she said it out her own mouth. Let's go back. She said it out of her own mouth. What'd she say?
I would rather be grabbed by the pussy than have a pussy for president.
Oh, stop it. Man, I love when women actually start speaking up. I love when women actually start coming to the light out here. I love when women actually start putting it out there. Yes, women want masculine men out here. I don't understand what we're talking about. Yeah, you could be fooled by what media showing you, the agendas, and all this other type of crap. You could be fooled all day. Women want men. Men. Like, seriously.
Woo!
And
Go you.
And you're happy with that language?
I'm very happy with that language. Look, none of us
Yeah.
are that polite behind closed doors. My girlfriends have ruder language. Real men have ruder language. The gentleman clapping is a real man, obviously.
A real man, obviously. So at the end of the day, though, the dude that was asking her the questions obviously ain't a real man. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, dingbat time crazy right now. Here we go.
He would have ruder language than
Katie.
pussy. I'm not offended by the
Katie,
expression.
he's no longer in the locker room. He's in the Oval Office.
Sure, and that was a private conversation 8 years ago before he was running. Whilst Clinton was in the Oval Office, of course, Monica Lewinsky was on her knees with Hillary stood right by her. So I don't know if you're going to say that's any better, sweetie, because I don't think it is.
She's not president. I'm talking about the current president-elect.
Yes, but when Bill Clinton was
I'm not
president.
talking about the past. I'm talking about the future.
And 8 years ago, before Donald Trump even ran, he used the word pussy. I'm not offended. You are. You deal with your issues.
Are any of
Sounds like he got an issue with, Sound like he got an issue. Excuse me, sir. Do you need a tissue? Sounds like he got a issue. So, all right, we're about to ride off into the next one in Dingbat Time. So, in this segment right here of Dingbat Time, this situation I got for you guys. Apparently, the side dudes are actually communicating. I'm not joking out here. The side dudes are actually communicating. Here we go. Let's check this out.
Hey, my boy. I just wanted to let you know. I know you one of the new side dudes. Hey, my name is Mark May. I'm the main one. You might build up to get there. I just wanted to let you know there's some protocols. I got the weekend. You got. I think it's Tuesday. You got. But either way, I just want to make sure that you are on we on the same.
What is your problem? Why my family here?
Hey, man, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You make your choice.
Okay, but you could.
It's some protocols. You step in
Okay.
on the weekend day.
Mhm.
The weekend is my day.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, so I think you got.
You said you was out of town. You wasn't out of town.
I wasn't out there. See, some fans got canceled, and I just still need to have that open.
Okay,
You feel me? So I think you got Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
So as long as we good, we good. I ain't got nothing. We ain't got no.
Hey, you want some coffee or something? You good?
No, I got to meet her actually. She's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get at you. I guess.
You gonna meet her now? Could you tell her I love her?
No.
What he say at the end? Could you tell her I love her? Could you tell her I love her? So obviously the side dudes is meeting up, and things like that, and they're figuring out their schedule and things, and they're trying to make sure that they get their piece of the pie. A lot of these chicks out here being used. Oh man, Jesus Christ, it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. It is crazy. Listen, look, man, it is what it is on that aspect, Hey, shout out to those side dudes, trying to get their schedules in line, but it is what it is. All right, so let's keep it moving. We got this chick right here, this young lady, and she's going to ask you men to do something for her mother. Here we go.
Our daddy's single. Tell him holler at my mama. Cause I'm tired of pumping her gas, big dog. She need a man.
Hold on. What'd she say?
If y'all daddy single, tell him holler at my mama. Cause I'm tired of pumping her gas, big dog. She need a man.
Now, I can understand that. Yeah, maybe she do need a man, but listen, look at the daughter right here, man. This shit is crazy out here. The daughter thugged out, looking like a mini Tupac, in a dress. I mean, do you hear her voice? She talk hella masculine. Like, what man that has any type of substance about itself is going to want to deal with a mother that has a daughter like this? Because listen, look, you have to think about these things. The daughter is a reflection of the mother. So if the daughter out here thugged out, talk about if your daddy got it, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm tired of pumping her gas and this and that, woo and just. If the daughter out here ratchet like that, what you think the mother is about? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry, sweetheart, but your mother would never get a solid, decent man. Now, hopefully she can get one of them dudes out of prison or some shit like that, Yeah. That'd probably be best for you and her to deal with, some prison cat stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. Tired of sugarcoat shit. It just is what it is. All right, though. So yeah, tell your mom she well, your dad probably in prison anyway. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so we're gonna go here now. Apparently, of course, as we've seen throughout recent times, a lot of people that are locked up in prisons tend to have access to the outside world. So I have a few women here that are trying to reach out to men on the outside world, and they wanted to, be taken care of like normal women, And listen, look, let's go here now. Let's check this out.
What's up? I'm Felicia Lopez. My number is 137-929. I'm out here in Pocatello. I'm looking to talk to men and women. Make sure you message me on JPay if you add me so I can hit you guys back up. Don't be weird. Anybody can hit me up. I'm open for anything. I really want somebody to take care of me and have some good communication, get some relationships going. Again.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Acuna, ACUNA. I'm doing time at Pocatello Women's Correctional Center. I'm looking for all kinds of support. I want to be spoiled. If you like what you see.
She says she want to be spoiled. She locked the hell up. She wants to be spoiled. Hey, fellas. Yo. I know y'all out there. Y'all gonna send her some JPay. Y'all, now hold on now. You're not gonna be able to get any cooch, okay? So you can throw that out your mind. I know it's plenty of them simps out there that will probably trick and do their thing, but yeah, they're reaching out. These are women that are locked up that have access to the outside world. And to be honest with you though, I kind of get it. And follow me on this. The reason why I get it is because the system is not gonna provide for these women the way that they really need. I mean, they got the basics, but of course, as a woman, she's gonna want more, whether she's locked up in prison for a crime or whether she's on the outside. A woman still wants more.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And this is what's going on here. Listen, look. Just listen. This is crazy.
It's going again.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Acuna, ACUNA. I'm doing time at Pocatello Women's Correctional Center. I'm looking for all kinds of support. I want to be spoiled.
I bet you are.
If you like what you see and want to be my pen pal, my number is 118261.
My name is Destiny Blasky. My IDOC number is 110622. I'm looking for somebody to connect with, and I'm a tall glass of water. I got fake boobs, and I'm funny. My name is...
Hey, do you hear them reaching out? What she say? She's tall. She got fake boobs. She got fake boobs locked up. What are these chicks locked up for? I gotta ask the question. What are they locked up for? What is going on here? But hey, though, they don't have no problem reaching out and trying to get some finances up in that joint. Now, man, wow. Hey, listen, look, these your prison chicks. You know, for all you cats out there that like them chicks, you know, them thug girls. For all you cats out there that like them thug girls, there you go right there. There you go right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They in there doing their thing. She says she tall with fake boobs. You know, the other one was like, yeah, I'm looking for, you know, financial stability technically. You know, yeah, you locked up. And the other one previously, she just like, yeah, I need me a good sugar daddy. All right. So we about to go here now. Listen, look, this woman's going to explain the facts of what men do not like. And I definitely do agree with her. You know what I'm saying? What gets on a man's nerves? Here we go.
Things men hate hearing from women. Like, they will make him shut down like a Windows 98 computer. 1, we need to talk. You just ruined his whole day, bro. 2, I'm just still trying to figure out who I am. Wait, let me tell you. Non-committal and indecisive. Bye. 3, real men, and then description of whatever it is that will benefit her at that time. Same with be a man. Y'all would eviscerate him if he told you to be a woman. 4, after telling him you're not hungry, can I have some? 5, I had a dream you, and then you describe something he would literally never do, but now has to answer for. 6, if you're broke, just say that. You first. 7, I just think it's funny how, and then you start describing something that you definitely do not think is funny, nor is in any way funny to anybody, and yes, he knows he's in danger. 8, I was thinking we could, he already knows that you don't mean we. You mean him. You want him to do a chore around the house. 9, you don't even care. This would be a lot easier for guys to empathize with if it wasn't majoritively said in response to her not getting her way. And 10, fine, I don't care, just do whatever you want. Just know that if you ever say that to a man, you better mean that with your whole chest, because he will take you up on that. If you want to ring the death knell of your own relationship, that's the phrase to do it. Remember, just because guys prefer sticks and stones doesn't mean words don't matter.
Hold on.
You can't make this shit up.
And that's the truth. She spoke nothing but the truth at that fact right there. You know, yeah. At the end of the day, it's not that men do not like to understand and hear what their woman has to say, because we do. But yes, it's all in how you come at us. It's all in how you arrange your attitude. Because one thing about a woman's attitude towards a man, it can go left or right. And if she puts in too much attitude, that shit will go left very quickly. Very quickly. So yeah, I definitely agree with her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. She told nothing but the truth. All right. So up next, we're gonna have brother Dennis Sperling speaking out. Shout out to him. Brother Dennis Sperling on YouTube here, great lawyer, upstanding man, real talk. So listen, look, he has something to say, and he's going to let a lot of women know the key to keeping a man out here. Let's go here now.
If you cook good and you keep a clean house, half of these dudes will take you if you weigh 200 pounds. You don't even have to be that good looking if you're cooking clean, baby. Be a cooking, cleaning woman. Hell, you ain't even got to be that cooperative. If you cooking 3 meals a day and you keep a clean house, he might deal with you just because he like your cooking. But see, that's a lost art. That is a control mechanism. Women were not just given sex as a means of control. They were given authority over your belly. That's why the old people used to tell me a way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Right.
Cook.
Right. Yo.
You old fish-eyed fool.
Yeah, a lot of women don't know that anymore. Oh, I'm not cooking. I'm not doing this. Hell, a lot of these chicks, they barely cook for themselves, things like that. Yes, that's always been a key. But see, though, due to most of y'all women's rebellness, y'all rebelling against the traditions and the norms and things like that that actually kept families and structure together. Yeah, now you're sitting around here wondering why. Well, why can I keep a man? Or why men don't approach? Why men don't do this? Why men don't do that? Y'all don't do shit. Y'all don't do shit that men like for long term. Yeah, I mean, you could put on your makeup and your tight dresses and things like that and walk around the streets and be, I mean, yeah, you could do that, but you don't do anything that actually men like. Well, I'm not going to do anything that a man likes, but I expect a man to provide, protect, and covet me. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. You're not going to get provided for or coveted if you don't do the things that men like. Yeah, you just like you want somebody to do, you want that man to do what you like. You're going to have to do what he likes. So if not, then oh well, you're going to be ass out here. Seriously. It just is what it is, though. So, all right, that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dean Bad Time. Dean Bad Time signing out. Yeah, that was Dean Bad Time. Shout out to Dean Bad Time. Yes. Shout out to Dean Bad Time. You know what I'm saying? Mad love. Jesus, man. It's crazy out here. It is crazy out here. Okay, so we got a lot going on here that we're going to dive off into. And we're going to start shaking and baking, and that's for my old heads out there, that old shake and bake. All right. I'm going to see where I'm finna go next and things like that. We are about to go, of course, let's roll off into TikTok. And the situation here is we're going to dive off into the facts of, a lot of these women are, feeling bad about being OnlyFans models. Hold on. Yeah. And being an OnlyFans model does affect women a lot different than it would a man, emotionally, physically, everything, because they have to take on a huge toll when it comes down to it. So now what I'm going to do here is we're about to ride off into this. Let's go here now. Let's see what's up with this young lady. She has something to say about her experience of being an OnlyFans model. Or you can call it model, whatever, sex worker. Okay? Here we go.
I wanted to come on here and kind of talk to you guys about why I stopped doing OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
I know, kind of a shocker. I am a Christian. And I know that God is a forgiving and loving God, but, for the last few months, I've known that He has told me He doesn't want me doing this anymore. I love Him and I believe in Him and I believe that Jesus died on that cross and I want to go to heaven, but how can I imagine that that's a possibility when I've caused so many people to stumble and fall into sin? Now, this is not me judging anyone who does OnlyFans. Do whatever you want to do. It's your life. It's your body. I did it for a while, for over a year. And I didn't care. I didn't care what people saw on me. I didn't care what people said about me. I didn't really care about the stigma behind it because I was just in a very far place from God at the time, and I didn't have a relationship with him anymore. I was going through a divorce. I was financially, overwhelmed with debt and trying to get back on my feet. And I used it as a crutch. And I told myself that once I no longer needed the income, that I would stop. And once I no longer needed the income, I did not stop.
Right.
So a couple months ago, I started to feel something telling me that I didn't want to do this anymore. That I didn't feel comfortable doing this anymore. I was letting the messages pile up. I didn't want to respond to anyone. I didn't want to post content, didn't want to take photos. I didn't feel comfortable doing so. I was also so focused on my fitness journey and losing weight. I felt like I was losing all of my femininity. It's been a hard balance of trying to be empowered as a woman, but also adhere and try to listen to the word of God and what he's telling me. And I feel like he's telling me that I've been causing too many people to stumble for too long. And it's time for me to start raising people up and bringing them to the light and letting them know that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior and that he died on that cross for your sins and that he loves you.
So here we go. Yeah. We got a whole repackaged situation. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? She, trying to come to light. Now, I'm all for people changing. I am. I think that people can change, but they have to put in the work to do so. It's nowhere around it. You can't change your life. You can't change your circumstances without putting in the work. So this is the mental toll that doing OnlyFans and sex work does pretty much have on women. It just is what it is. They can't do what men can do. They can't roll how we can roll. It's no way around it. It's no way possible. And that's the problem. A lot of women out here nowadays think that they can do what men can do and have the same emotional stability that men can. No. Nope. That's not going to work. So she's decided to change. Good for her. It is what it is. All right. We're going to keep this thing rolling. And yeah, I got a few things here that we're about to get to next. So let's go here now. Let's check this one out.
Here's why starting OnlyFans was the worst decision I made in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize that I was literally selling parts of my soul and the money could have never made it worth it.
Okay.
I wish that someone would have warned me and told me that I was going to be later experiencing PTSD from the sexual trauma and the experiences that I was subjecting myself to on a daily basis. I did not know that I would later need to be in trauma counseling. It brought me into way darker places than I ever could have imagined,
And there you go. And she one day, she's expecting somebody to marry her. Like,
what the French toast is there to think about?
Let's just keep this honest. She's expecting somebody to marry her with all these issues. Come on now. That's a lot. That's a lot for a man to bear. And they're wondering why men are stepping back, analyzing situations in life, trying to figure things out for themselves. They're waking up because they we're now, starting to hear other men talk, especially social media. And it's like, okay, why would I want to take on so much? Women think women nowadays think men are these individuals that could take on just unlimited amount of weight. Well, you're a man. You're supposed to be able to take on a tremendous amount of weight, unlimited amount of weight, issues, trauma, all this type of stuff. You're just supposed to be able to take on any damn thing and then be rich as fuck and then have all this amenities and stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bitch, do you deserve that shit? Do you deserve it?
You old dish-eyed fool.
And I never want to go back there. Wish I could go back in time to who I was before I started doing all that stuff and just tell myself that the money is not worth it. Keep your happiness. And that's all I want to tell any girl who's thinking about starting an account. I just hope I can save even just one girl from going through the pain and the trauma that I am now going through because I subjected myself to that for the last couple years.
And I get it. You know, and to be honest with you though, that's good that women that actually went through things are telling other women not to do things, because I guarantee you, the previous generation of women, they don't do that. They want, you know, women to end up just like them, sad, lonely, and disgusted out here. And that's just the truth. And this is the side of the OnlyFans situation that's not being talked about. That these young ladies are going through a lot of emotional issues, stuff like that. And they also see the dark side of men. I'm just going to be honest with this. They do see the dark side of men. And they don't have the mental capabilities to really deal with that for the long haul as far as living life. Because they, at that point after that, they, you know, she can't get married now because she's only going to have the thought process of the dark side of what men do. Once you're exposed to something, you can't be not exposed. That's life. If you work at a nuclear plant and you get exposed to nuclear material and, you know, your health conditions are affected by it, that's it. You've already been exposed. You can't reverse that shit. You can't reverse it. So it is what it is on that. All right. We're about to go here now. And yeah. Let's go here. And let's see what this let's see what the little Ling Ling has to say, okay?
My mental health since I've started this has just slowly like been on such a decline. Like I feel a little bit dead inside. I feel completely desensitized. Not to sound funny, but I really don't feel any type of desire or like attraction to men in general anymore. Just know that if you are a person who's ever been interested in doing this, there really are so many downsides at this point, and I'm like willing to admit this now. There's no amount of money that you can give me right now to like make me feel like giving myself away in certain aspects, even if they're just a few photos or whatever online. It almost isn't worth it anymore. And while I did have such a strong start and it was so much fun in the beginning, after getting burnt out, I started to just feel really differently about like the types of messages that I was getting. Like seriously, if I had any type of ability to share like the things that people have said, just like how disgusting they are, and also when I get curious and nosy, sometimes like I'll go look at their profile and they have like a whole girlfriend or a whole wife. And sometimes even disgustingly enough, they have kids. It makes me feel so conflicted with doing this. When I really sit down to think about what the purpose of all this is, it's really just to visually please a bunch of men. I've been sort of exploring the idea of maybe just having my content be focused on, you know, things that I'm actually interested in, which ultimately is not pleasing men in any way, shape, or form. Like, y'all can keep your money at this point.
Hey, she said y'all can keep
You'll
y'all
thank me
money.
in the morning.
You ain't right, man.
Oh, I'm right. You'll see.
She said y'all can keep y'all money at this point. Now, my question is to her is, do you have any other financial ways to actually pay your bills? Because obviously, and I guarantee you though, she probably been making, you know, somewhat okay money on OnlyFans and things like that. But yes, her mental health is declining due to the fact of what she's doing. Not only for her personally, but her as far as she knowing that at some point in life, she's going to want to be with the man long term. And like I said before, the mindset that women get from doing OnlyFans is that they only see the dark side of men. And that does affect women because women are they're more emotional. And their emotions will be affected and their thought process will be affected by seeing so many men on the dark side. That's the reason why most women that are engaging and have engaged in the dark side cannot come back to the light. They can't. It's impossible. Damn it. What the hell? Hold on. I may need to, excuse me, y'all. I may need to refresh that joint. And okay. All right. So I had to refresh her. Here we go.
Mental health since I've started this has just slowly like been on such a decline. Like I feel a little bit dead inside. I feel completely desensitized. Not to sound funny, but I really don't feel any type of desire or like attraction to men in general anymore. Just know that if you are
I bet you don't because you've done too much. When you get on the when women get on the dark side, like I said, it's no coming back. They cannot be understood. You know what I'm saying? They can't understand men anymore. All they see is the men that were on the dark side. So, yes, she's no longer able to be marriageable or anything like that by any man. And these are the issues that come with doing OnlyFans and things like that for a lot of women that they're going to deal with. That you see too much. So, it's kind of what you got to live with.
person who's ever been interested in doing this, there really are so many downsides at this point, and I'm like willing to admit this now. There's no amount of money that you can give me right now to like make me feel like giving myself away in certain aspects, even if they're just a few photos or whatever online. It almost isn't worth it anymore. And while I did have such a strong start and it was so much fun in the beginning, after getting burnt out,
it was fun in the beginning.
I started to just feel really differently about like the types of messages that I was getting. Like seriously, if I had any type of ability to share like the things that people have said, just like how disgusting they are. And also when I get curious and nosy, sometimes like I'll go look at their profile and they have like a whole girlfriend or a whole wife. And sometimes even disgustingly enough, they have kids. It makes me feel so conflicted with doing this when I really sit down to think about what the purpose of all this is.
Now, let's go here now. Now that she's seen this side of the situation, she also needs to stop and understand that at the end of the day, she may not be wanting to do certain things, but there are women out here that will get that disgusting. Because that's what she's seeing. She's seeing a lot of disgusting situations from men that are asking her to do certain things. Who knows what they're asking her to do? But all I'm saying is, though, yes, they're asking her to do a lot of disgusting things. I guarantee you. Well, what she feels like disgusting, or they definitely could be disgusting. Some men are crazy. But the thing of this is yes, that does change a woman. when she's doing OnlyFans. That changes her whole mindset, her whole being as far as relating to men. And she can't come back from that. She can't come back. It's no way possible. All right. Hold on. Let's see here. All right. Let's go here now. And let's see what this young lady had to say.
Mentally, I was just burning out. And I started realizing, like, in order to keep this money coming, I have to keep exposing my body.
Right.
Over and over and over again. I'm running to the stores to get lingerie, to get baby suits, to get this, to get that. Like, I'm doing it so much. I never had clothes on Instagram. I never had, it was to the point where I was getting so tired that I would only just make sure I had enough just to pay the bills. I was like, fuck buying the designer, fuck the clothes, fuck trying to get jewelry and all of that. Like, I was just so drained from what I was doing. In the beginning, it was cool. First couple of months.
So she was doing this as she built her audience up enough to where she was actually able to pay her bills off this situation of OnlyFans. And this is the thing here. Once they get reliant, and that goes for any woman. Once she's reliant upon a situation to where she knows she can monetarily gain something from it, she's going to keep using it. Hold on. She's going to keep using it. And, that's just a woman for you. Once she finds a tap with water, yeah, she's going to keep drinking from that well. There's no way around it.
So the first year, I would say, you just, like, whatever, until it starts getting old. And my job, I tell you, I ain't getting naked on there. I'm not having sex. I'm not doing nothing crazy. So it's like, the thing is, it's only so much of what you can do. And I'm like, I'm not about to take shit that further. It's not that deep to me. But I can still make money off literally doing nothing. But it started just hitting a point where I was just like, I don't want to do this no more. I was trying to do music, dating out here also, or just whatever the case may be, just meeting people, normal people, trying to make friends, or whatever the case may be. And I knew 100% what I was doing wasn't the right thing, but it reflected in so much of the type of people I was attracting, or it reflected so much in me trying to build relationships with people out here, or me trying to network out here. Nobody took me serious. Every man I was coming around, whether if it was business, dating, it don't even matter, just male friends, it don't even matter. Everybody's sexualizing you. Because it's the way I'm representing myself. So I can't be mad of what it is that I'm doing, or how people judging me, or why nobody's taking me serious. And you would really have to know me to know that, yo, I'm taking care of shit back home. I'm taking care of this. Like, but don't nobody give a fuck about all of that. Nobody gives a fuck about really getting to know you and what you really dealing with. Nobody cares. They just want to judge you from the outside. I can be the best person in the world, but you don't give a fuck. All you see is ass and titties. Like, you see a body and people are just trying to do what they sexualize you, whatever they trying to do. And I was never that type of woman. Like, I'm not that woman that just be out here fucking. Like, it just having sex and with this man, with that. I'm never in my life, ever in my life, been that girl, ever. And you got to know me in real life. You can't even get up on me. Like, this has never been that. So regardless of what I posted, I know how I move in real life. But unfortunately, how you represent yourself still matters. And it used to fuck me up. Like, yo, I don't want to do this shit no more. But I knew, how the fuck else was I gonna pay the rent?
Yeah. How's was she gonna pay the rent? Well, she could have got a normal job, things like that. But my thing of it is a lot of people don't understand is, yes, once a lot of women get the access to fast money and fast life, of course they're gonna go for it. So I guarantee you, she, whatever money she was making, of course she probably wasn't, it didn't make her a millionaire, but it made her sustainable enough to where she could pay bills, do things that she wanted to do, this and that. But it, of course, eventually it took that toll on her as a woman. that it's naturally going to do. It's naturally going to do. And we live in a society nowadays that, of course, they're telling women the wrong information. You know, you can move like a man in society, but you can't. She can't. OnlyFans will tear these women up. And when they look into their lives and things like that, and especially the things that they have to do on OnlyFans, you know, it's gonna destroy them. It's gonna destroy their thinking as far as going into the future of what they need to of what they want for their lives and things like that. They won't be able to trust men properly because they see how men move on the dark side. And they're not going to be able to trust men. So this OnlyFans situation is creating a segment of women that eventually they can't trust men. They are emotionally destroyed, but innately in their whole heart, their DNA, their soul, they still want a man in their life because that's just how they're built, you know. And that's going to be the issue. And a lot of men that are not unhealthy individuals, they're not going to want to deal with the woman that can't be healed. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, at that point, she can't be healed because she can't unknow what she know. It's impossible. She can't unknow that knowledge. So yeah, and this is what men try to warn women about when they're out here and they want to go and engage in these activities and sexual escapades and stuff like that. And it doesn't just have to be OnlyFans. It could be just a normal woman that wants to go out here and live her life, have hot girl summer, like they call it, and things like that. It doesn't have to be anything financial. A woman could just want to go out and have a lot of fun with different dudes, but women don't understand that the men give off their spirits and their souls and their DNA and stuff like that to women. Women receive. So you're receiving all of this, even through OnlyFans. She's receiving the knowledge and information of the dark side of men. For the women that do OnlyFans, they're receiving that knowledge. So yes, when they decide to wake up one day and they want to come up out of it and things like that, they already have the knowledge of what men can be like on the dark side. So, that makes them unable to be, married, married women or kept women or women that can possibly get into relationships, because that's going to be too much. It's going to be too much baggage for a man that's not engaging in the dark side to deal with. No human is perfect, and every human can only deal with so much. I don't care the man, woman, it doesn't matter. Every human can only deal with so much. And for a woman that has done OnlyFans or any type of sexual work, things like that, it's going to be a huge issue for a man to try to carry on that type of emotional baggage because she's seen too much of the dark side of men. So yeah, that's going to take a huge toll on her, on all women that tend to do those things. Okay, so let's go here now. Let me see where I'm at. Shout out to everybody. Y'all get in them comments. Let me know. Hit that like button out there. Show me some love. Yes. Hit that like button or hit that dislike button. You know what I'm saying? Get down in the comments. Let me know. Talk to me. I do talk back. But okay though. All right. So what's next? What's next? What's next? Okay. I got one more. Well, a couple of more here. So what's next here? we're about to dive off into the main side of this. We talked about the OnlyFans situation. Now we're about to start diving off into the sugar baby aspect. Okay. So let's get to the sugar baby thing. And the sugar baby, of course, is going to be slightly more different than the OnlyFans. OnlyFans, you probably can, a woman could probably just specifically stay on the internet. She doesn't have to meet people and things like that. Where when the sugar baby has to actually deal with a physical man in person, maybe day to day or week to week, things like that. So yes, it's a complicated situation when we coming down to the sugar babies. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Before we dive off into the sugar babies, I got you.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it. When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear nobody say shit. When you see me on the corner, bitch, mind your business.
Yep. So we're talking about OnlyFans, sugar babies, nightlife, women that are actually engaging in nightlife activity. Okay. The dark side. The dark side. And the dark side can be litty, but it does affect women in such a way to where they can't come back from it. That's the reason why throughout history, a lot of men tried to keep the majority of women out of the dark side and things like that. Men and women did try to keep majority of women out of the dark side because at the end of the day, the dark side can and will destroy women. Okay, so I'm finna go here now, and we're gonna check this one out. Let's see what's going on here. We're starting off with the sugar baby aspect. Shout out to all the sugar babies out there. Protect your mental health. Okay.
But Lou's experience wasn't as positive as she'd hoped for. I thought I could entertain an older guy for a few hours for a little bit of financial help, but Jesus Christ, was I wrong. A lot of the men want to scam you or they want to have sex with you. So it's simply a new iteration and a slight variation on a perpetually present dynamic, which is women who are struggling to make ends meet and have to rely on the whims of men, with the knowledge that this is only even available to a limited number of young and conventionally attractive women to begin with.
So y'all heard that, right? It's crazy out here. It's crazy. So I'm gonna go back. We're gonna play this again.
But Lou's experience wasn't as positive as she'd hoped for.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could entertain an older guy for a few hours for a little bit of financial help, but Jesus Christ, was I wrong. A lot of the men want to scam you or they want to have sex with you.
Okay, so the scamming you and want to have sex with you. At the end of the day, if a man is coming about his financial situation for your time, I mean, what else do you think is going to go on? Now, there are some men that will come up out of the finances for your time to sit and talk, things like that. It does happen. But the majority, when it comes around to it, it's just the same as like the OnlyFans models. Most men that are paying like that, they want to see flesh. Sorry.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
They want to see flesh. If it's OnlyFans or if you're sugar baby, eventually they're going to want to engage in intimate activity with you. So it's no way around this. This is the deal that you sign up for as a woman when you decide to engage in those type of dark activities. And a lot of women are not understanding what's going on here. That's the reason why throughout history, it's only been a certain segment of women that engaged in that type of activity. The mass amount of women were actually kept for wives and productive side of society. We really have to understand these things. Not to say that there hasn't been, because the profession has been the oldest profession in the history of the world. Well, you do have we've always had a segment of women that, of course, dedicated themselves to the dark side. But the majority of women had stayed in the light to be wives, girlfriends, things like that, to, provide decent homes and families to society and stuff like that, to keep humanity going, because the women on the dark side cannot keep humanity going. That's not their position. They're there for fun only. They're not there to be wives. They're not there to be productive citizens. They're there to do the dark side of the work. When men, need an outlet and things like that. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's the truth. They're there to do the dark side of men's anatomy and things like that. Sorry, but it's just real.
So it's simply a new iteration and a slight variation on a perpetually present dynamic, which is women who are struggling to make ends meet and have to rely on the whims of men, with the knowledge that this is only even available to a limited number of young and conventionally attractive women to be.
So women have always relied on men in this world. That is a natural born dynamic of the way that things work. And, until recent times that we've come into a situation to where, yes, we have women that can get hold to financial levels at a certain degree and things like that. And they can technically, what you would say, take care of themselves without even having to be married and things like that. But deep down, women still want men. But when it comes to with this situation here, when the sugar babies come in, the dark side of that is they see the dark side just like the previous chicks with the OnlyFans situation see. They see the dark side of the men too. So that innately will, change their whole mindset. It would change a woman's mindset. But, as they go forth through life, whether they get therapy or not, a woman that has engaged in the dark side, she cannot be a successful wife or mother. She cannot obtain the things that women that have not been privy to that knowledge will be able to obtain. It's going to be impossible for her to do so because she knows too much. And that's the plight that when we had traditional families, if you want to say, that the fathers tried to keep their daughters from knowing, which is the dark side of men. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. And that was the whole plight about men trying to keep women innocent and things like that, which we, nowadays, everybody wants to sit around here, and especially women, they, a lot of them don't have fathers and stuff like that, because we know what type of society we grew up in here in 21st century. The thing of this is, when we had households with fathers in them, fathers did want to, protect their daughters. That's the reason why they screamed for their boyfriends, husbands, and stuff like that. It was definitely a lot of marriages worked out a lot better when men were controlling the aspect of who married their daughters. What type of man actually could engage in sexual activity with his daughter to where she won't be screwed up because she's been dealing with so many different men and taking in so many different spirits and things like that from these different men, that she cannot control that. And that's a part of life here. A lot of women don't understand when they actually have a lot of sex with different men, they take on the DNA of that man. And, because, sometimes, yeah, we definitely have sex unprotected. A lot of people are having sex unprotected. That's the statistics out here. The reason why so many children out of wedlock being born. It's impossible for you to have protection, and, it's children being born out of wedlock. But yeah, you take on that energy that that man secretes in you as a woman, and that's just that. So, okay, we're gonna keep this moving to the next situation here, and what we got going here now. I want to go here next, and we're going to start diving off into the dark side of being a sugar baby. Okay, let's go here now. Let's see what this young lady had to say real quick.
Hey guys, this video is going to be a little different, but I feel like it really needs to be heard. So today I'm going to tell you guys a sugar baby horror story. This took place back in 2016 and has to do with one of the girls I became really close with while doing my research. I'm just going to call her Kat for the video. So I was in a group chat with Kat and a few other sugar babies, and we'd always keep tabs on each other. If one girl is out on a date, there's an emoji that you send if you're in trouble, and then someone will need to call you and check your location. And that's a good tip for anyone who's still gonna sugar after this video. Anyways, Kat was a vet. Like, she'd been sugaring for 4 years. She knew what she was doing. She told us she screened this guy. They apparently had Skyped multiple times. And finally, he buys her a ticket to get her out to Dubai so they can meet in person. We got a text that she landed in Dubai. And 20 minutes later, we got that emoji. We all called. We all checked her location. But her location went offline. And to this day, we don't know what happened to her. And Kat's the main reason I make these videos.
Now, she had a situation to where she had a internet connection with sugar babies. She probably was a sugar baby at one point in her life, things like that. And see, these are the issues. Now, I know we don't like to think about how things used to go back in the day with the whole pimp horror culture that used to go down. But the thing of this is, when women were engaging in the street life, see, nowadays the street life has changed. Okay, the dark side has elevated to a different degree. Women do not have to have pimps anymore. They can get on OnlyFans. They can go out there, on the internet, and do what they want to do and engage with the type of men that they want to engage with, this and that. But the thing of this is, what used to happen back in the day when women used to have pimps and things like that. Now, yes, you want to sit there and be like, oh my goodness, pimps, they're the scum of the earth, this and that, hey, I get it. But the reason why that there was a man in play in those scenarios back in the day is because there was an immediate thought process on hand when a man was there in the game. And I'm speaking from what I know here. I'm speaking from firsthand knowledge here. I'm not playing around. This is serious. When there's a man on site, on scene, being able to conduct the business and things like that, the men that are on the dark side trying to engage in that, they're going to be less likely to act a fool. They're going to be less likely to do anything egregious because there is a man in place. When women are going out nowadays, being OnlyFans and being sugar babies, freelancing with no type of real solid protection from a man, they're getting the results that they're getting. Like she just said, this young lady came up fucking missing out here. Seriously. She came up missing. They still can't find her. They haven't found her yet, and I guarantee you they're not finna find her. She went out to Dubai. Things like that. No telling what actually happened. Let's play this again.
Hey guys, this video is going to be a little different, but
The
I feel
dark
like it really
side
needs
of
to be
sugar
heard,
baby.
So today I'm going to tell you guys a sugar baby horror story.
Okay.
This took place back in 2016 and has to do with one of the girls I became really close with while doing my research. I'm just gonna call her Kat for the video.
Okay.
So I was in a group chat with Kat and a few other sugar babies, and we'd always keep tabs on each other. If one girl is out on a date, there's an
Now, see, that's where the pimp would have came in at. He would have had the masculine tone that needed to be had for other men to respect the engagement that he wants to actually spend his finances to deal with this lady for. Okay? Pay attention. Back in the day, and regardless, when men knew that they were going to go out and engage in the dark side, I'm talking about the square dudes, wives, they had wives, whatever, girlfriends, stuff like that, normal 9 to 5. I'm talking about the square dudes. When they would go out and want to engage with the women of the dark side, because yes, let's just keep this real. At that point in time, most men were not getting the fun that they could get with the chick on the dark side from their wife. I'm just being honest, okay?
You old fish-eyed fool.
But, you know, because innately, and you know, if you are a real intelligent man, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to want to do the things with your wife that you would do with the chick on the dark side, okay? And y'all know I'm telling the truth. You know, men, well, women don't understand this, but I'm spilling some beans right quick, you know. If any men are actually listening to me, hit that like, share, subscribe button out there. I'm telling you the truth. If you're a man, you're not going to want to do things with your wife that you would do with the chick on the dark side. You're not. You're not going to want to do all these crazy things with your wife and then have her kissing your children on the lips.
Thank me in the morning.
My bad. Hold on. Sorry.
What is your damaged muscle head? You stupid? You ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
No, you're not. And we know these things. You're not going to want to do things with your wife that you would do with the chick on the dark side. So yes, this is the problem here. So, all right, let's keep going here. This young lady, yeah.
It's an emoji that you send if you're in trouble, and then someone will need to call you and check your location. And that's
Okay, see, that's what would happen when they actually used to have a pimp on the scene. Set up at a hotel, whatever, you know, said he would actually be there on the scene, actually knowing, because at the end of the day, though, back in the day when women actually used to be under the thumb of a man in those dark sides, because women were under the thumb of a man whether they were in the light or on the dark side. So they had, you know, pimps and stuff. Pimps would do the promotion, make ads, all the type of stuff. And even before then, they would, you know, when chicks would actually just walk in the streets, you know, way back in the day, they would drive around, you know what I'm saying, see who they chick getting picked up by, seeing where they would duck off at, this and that, woo to woo, and things like that. So it was always the protection that was there from, because I mean, let's just keep this honest right here. If you are a dude that's engaging in that type of lifestyle, you're going to want to protect their product. I mean, you know, and I said what I said. I said what I said, because at the end of the day, a man in that type of mindset, this is a business for him. So yes, I mean, but listen, look, this is the dark side right here of when women don't have the type of covering and protection that they need to have, you know, from men when they're engaging in the dark side.
That's a good tip for anyone who's still gonna sugar after this video. Anyways, Kat was a vet. Like, she'd been sugaring for 4 years. She knew what she was doing. She told us she screened this guy. They apparently had Skyped multiple times. And finally, he buys her a ticket to get her out to Dubai so they can meet in person. We got a text that she landed in Dubai. And 20 minutes later, we got that emoji. We all called. We all checked her location. But her location went offline. And to this day, we don't know what happened to her.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And what she just say, to this day, they don't know what happened to her. So they had a system set up. I give them that much. They did have a system set up for the activity. she sent the emoji, the emergency emoji that needed to be sent. But the thing of this is that that woman had been flown out to Dubai. It's no telling where they were at. Obviously, they wasn't in Dubai with her. So now, this where the pimp would have came in at. He would have been in Dubai with her, not back on some app and this and that where she could just send emergency alert and things like that to get help. But she couldn't get help because she was super thousands of miles away from wherever they were at out here. Okay. This is the dark side of the Sugar Baby Onlyfans situation. This is the dark side. So they really couldn't help her at all. Even though she sent the emergency sign, they couldn't help her. What was they going to do? Call the embassy in Dubai or something like that? I mean, you know. How were they going to help her? So, you know, like she said, they called her phone, checked her location. Location was mute. Of course. She's thousands of miles away from wherever y'all was at. No telling who she was with. No telling who she agreed to go with. No telling who she actually went to Dubai to see. You know, it could have been a whole setup, which it probably was. Thinking about what she said now. The girl came up missing and never saw her again. So obviously it was a whole setup. Whatever dude that she actually was engaging with through FaceTime, the internet, all that type of stuff, it was more than one dude involved. It was more than one person involved. It could have been a whole situation to where they probably did actually kidnap this girl and put her in a whole super deep, dark situation of trafficking. That could be the reason why they never heard from this girl again. You know, and these are the dangers that a lot of women be in and don't understand when they don't have men around them. Well, you know, I don't need a man. I'm strong and I can do this and that. And it's the 21st century, and we just don't need men hassling us. We don't need men on our backs and, you know, trying to give this certain protection until I actually want the protection from a man and things like that. So these are the cases. When women go to these foreign countries and they be on the internet doing these things, you know, and you know, men on the dark side are asking them to do things that, you know, eventually they're going to wake up and be like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe that I did this. You did that for the money. Stop being so enamored by money. Ladies. A lot of ladies scream for this. Of course, a lot of ladies want protection and financial security, but it's ways of going about that is not going to affect women's mental health. That's not going to affect their bodies. That's not going to affect their long-term longevity of wanting to have a successful life. It's ways to do this, ladies, without having the effects that you're going to have on, that you're going to take on when you indulge in these types of activities. Excuse me. All right. So we're going to keep this thing moving on. Get down in the comments. Let me know. Hold on. Let me see something here. Oh. Hey, hold on. I got my boy Trey Ferg. I don't know if you're still in here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trey Ferg, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. What brother Trey say? Lay that pimp hand down. Hey, I'm just being honest, bro. A lot of women don't understand the reason why they, you know, women back in the day actually used to have pimps. That was not just there to, you know, just take money from women. I mean, just being honest. If a woman made it back in the day, if a woman made a logical decision that she was going to engage with such a man in such type of lifestyle, she needed that protection from those Johns. And, you know, it just is what it is. And they still need it today, but due to the fact of the illusion, you know, that society has going on here, that women can do anything and they can just go anywhere, back and forth, whatever. They just shit not gonna happen and stuff like that. That's the illusion. Like, no, you still need that. You know what I'm saying? They still need that. Shout out to brother Trey, man. Mad love to you. You know, real talk, man. Real talk. Mad love to you. All right. So we got more here. And we're gonna keep diving off into it. I do have, like I said, I do have Coach Greg Adams in the broadcast room. We're gonna get to him, and he has definitely he's breaking things down. Here we go, right here. I got this situation right here with this young lady. You know what I'm saying? Things I wish I knew before becoming a sugar baby in my 20s. Okay? Things she's saying, things she wish she knew before becoming a sugar baby in her 20s. Okay, the truth. All right. So we're gonna go here now. Let's see what she has to say.
Anyway, moving forward, we'll do a car ride to Chanel today. This coat, hold on, because I have my waist trainer on. This video, I want to talk about things that I would have known before I got into like the sugar game, or like.
Oh, hold on. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on. Give me a hot second here. Give me a hot second here. I need to take a quick break real fast. Give me a hot second. Hold on. We're going to get back into it. Just give me a quick break. Hold on for a second. I got to check something.
Tell me, JR, which slut are you going to stay with tonight?
What difference does it make? Whoever it is, it got to be more interesting than the slut I'm looking at right now.
We knew.
Had no sex!
I'm with the SHRC. That's Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you want?
We're going to get your name and your Instagram. We're going to get you on the Cowboy as soon as possible, you know?
You're going to get us on a cowboy?
Yeah.
This a date? Is it?
Yeah. And I'm the Cowboy.
Are you a cowboy?
Of course. Howdy.
Okay. You are handsome.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Are very pretty yourselves, too. You know what I'm saying? All the people that do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What name would it be?
Sleep Season.
Sleep season?
Sleep Season, yeah, that's Sleep Season.
So y'all trying to rope us like them cows, some baby cows and calves.
Oh, you into that bondage, huh?
You kind of strong.
Yo, yes. Shout out to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. Hit the like, share, subscribe button out there. Yeah, I had to take a quick break real quick. Hold on.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it. When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear nobody say shit. When you see me on the corner, bitch, mind your business.
God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
So yes, this is what we doing out here, man. This is what we doing. We're talking about the OnlyFans sugar baby aspect that these women are getting themselves into, man. Out here is crazy, and the regret that they have out here. So yeah, all right, yeah, we're gonna keep this thing going. Let's go here now. Like we started to, you know what I'm saying? Things I wish I knew before becoming a sugar baby. All right, let's dive off into it. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Anyway, moving forward, we'll do a car ride to Chanel today. This coat, hold on, because I have my waist trainer on. this video, I want to talk about things that I would have known before I got into like the sugar game or like sugaring in general, like things that I wish I knew before with, I don't know, just like a little finesse chit chat or whatever. Okay, there's some things I want to talk about. The first thing would be, baby, spend it, baby, on me.
Okay. Didn't know that was gonna dive in. Sorry, I didn't dive too deep. I just dove that little bit that y'all saw at first. All right.
Would have been better with the money and the allowances that I was getting. And I would have been more appreciative because I think that I got a big head once I started getting a little bit of change. Because just imagine this. I want y'all to picture this. You get your little first sugar daddy or whatnot, you get start getting the cool little allowances, and you really start acting like you don't have no sense. And you're so used to.
Yeah. That's women. Get any type of money, they don't act like they ain't got no sense. Come on.
Fast money at this point that it's like, oh, I'm gonna spend it and I'm gonna get it back, or he's gonna give it back to me. I really wish that I was spending the money on building my credit. I really wish that I took my credit more serious when I was sugaring. I really wish that I didn't, especially when I first got into the sugar game, I really wish that I didn't become like lazy and complacent with just getting that money and not having another income. I think that was like when I first started sugaring. I figured it out later on. I also wish that I wasn't so like dramatic with my lies, so then I didn't have to keep up with all of them. And don't get me wrong, creating an alter ego and all that is cool, it's straight. Like I still recommend that, but I feel like some of my stuff was so elaborate. Like I remember telling this dude that like I went to school on the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's a true story. It's a true story. I literally told him that. And I don't know, like, it was like, why did I even say that? Like, I told him that I went to school in San Francisco, and then, yeah, I wish I would have knew. I wish I would have tried to be more marriage-minded with that situation. And
Hold on. What? How the hell you gonna be more marriage-minded with a sugar baby situation? What the fuck is that?
What the French toast is there to think about?
What are you talking about? Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am. Now you know, y'all clearly see where she coming from. She got a lot of wishes and regrets, and wish I woulda, couldas. But yeah, though, baby, finances and credit and all this other type of stuff. Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, when women get into a position to where it's a shit ton of money coming their way, they don't think about anything else. That was the whole purpose of, the pimps up, hoes down game. Because they don't see the focus. They don't see the big picture. Now, I'm not promoting, that, but I'm telling you what used to actually go on. And, more of the time, most of them were actually able to keep a lot more than a lot of these chicks are now. Let's go here.
And I wish I would have, looked into how to get on his life insurance and just looking for a bigger bag and not just looking for like, okay, yeah, pay my bills, da 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 da.
Hold on. I'm sorry. You're not going to get on a sugar daddy's life insurance policy. What the fuck are you talking about? He's your sugar daddy, baby. He ain't put you on no life insurance policy. He ain't planning on having you that long. See, and this is the long game. This is the mindset of some of these women when they be sugar babies too. They of course they're going to think about the long game. But at the same time though too, at the immediate time, they're playing the short game. But the dude that you're dealing with, he's not intending on having no long game with you. Eventually, he's going to get tired of you. because you're not the new toy on the block anymore. And when the new toy on the block shows up, he's going to engage with the new toy, and you're going to be out the damn door. Seriously.
God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
And I think I've learned so many lessons from that, because I think at the time, the most I had gotten in like one time was like $4,000. And I tell you not, it was just like crab legs and wigs and nails and all this other stuff, and not necessarily saving. And I'm really good.
So she spent that money, crab legs, nails, and wigs and shit. What the hell?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it.
Crab legs and wigs. Shit. Crab legs and wigs. Are you kidding me? Damn, baby. You didn't buy a CD. You didn't get an interest-bearing savings account. You didn't. I mean, come on, man. Crab legs and wigs. Woo. Okay. Obviously, she's still doing something going on, because she look like she ride pretty clean. So I guarantee she probably still got some sugar daddy somewhere.
Good at saving. So when you get into sugaring and you get into this lifestyle, you start to see like, oh, this is coming fast. And especially for somebody who is super generous and that's giving to you, you kind of, I don't know.
You're ready to finally launch your new business.
Yeah. Sorry about the commercial, but it is what it is, you guys.
Yeah. But even with like a hypergamous lifestyle, you want everything to be calculated, and you want it to benefit you in the long run. You don't want it to necessarily be something where it's like you wasted all this time and just to end up with nothing. And I actually talked about this on my live stream on Patreon. Is like, I know someone who was being taken care of fully for 7 years, didn't have no money, no side hustle, no second job, afterwards, because they weren't saving or doing anything. And it's just like, because they weren't saving and they weren't putting money to the side for a rainy day. And you have to do that. You can't 100% depend on somebody. And I feel like, in a sense, I would get really comfortable, and that is why I don't want to stop working. When I first started sugaring, I shouldn't have told as many people when I got a sugar daddy. I shouldn't have discussed it. So, like, oh, I have a sugar daddy or whatever. Like, most of the time when women have sugar daddies, they don't just like say like, oh, I have a sugar daddy, And I feel like I was really open about it because it was something that was new to me. I'm gonna keep talking about the credit.
Yeah, you were talking too damn much. That's another thing about, saying women sometimes too. They talk too damn much. So that's why we be having problems as men in relationships with women. Y'all just talk too damn much. Y'all just want to ramble and shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Then y'all want to sit around here. Well, white men don't tell women their secrets, and why they're not emotionally intelligent with us. We're plenty of emotionally intelligent. We just don't share it with you bats out here. I mean,
You old fish-eyed fool.
But the credit thing, to me, with getting into sugaring is so important, because I feel as if it provides you this type of financial freedom and financial literacy, so that you know that you can improve your life through having good credit. And if it was just him paying for like my monthly experience, or paying for you looking at your FICO scores and stuff, I really wish I would have focused on that more, because you get into the sugaring game and you get into the finesse game, and you just think that, I don't know, you think, where you see, you're like, oh, bags, shoes, hair, nails. I was really into Nike tracksuits. the Nike little truck girl. I had every Nike. So when I used to get gifts, I used to, if I needed the money, I used to sell them. Because I do recommend women to do that. When someone says, "Oh, you shouldn't be getting bags because they need to be buying you land and property and stuff," let me tell you something. If somebody's gonna buy you a bag, you accept that bag, because 9 times out of 10 you can sell it. And I know this from experience. I used to sell. I used to sell bags like crazy. Like I never kept designer bags. I used to sell them all the time because I was like, I didn't understand. I didn't understand the purpose. I said, this looks like the bag at TJ Maxx. And one of the bags that I sold is so funny. Is I had a really nice designer bag, and it was like super expensive. And I remember selling it, and now that bag is worth so much money, and like everybody is trying to get this particular bag. And I wish that I would have. I guess I feel like I did what I had. I guess I feel like I did what I had to do to survive. But then also, it's really funny because I'm like, damn, I really was just out here, selling a damn bag.
At Peacock, data sign.
So yeah, she out there doing her thing. Selling bags. It is what it is.
So I think that I would not have sold all the bags that I had got when I first started sugaring. It'd be the hypocrisy of it all. Like that should be killing me when they be like, "Oh, I don't want no bags. I really just rather a man just pay my rent." Okay, what's your rent? $3,000 a month? How much is the bag? $7K, $8K, $10K? Do the math. My Tide. That looks good. Or maybe I should try out this new Thai place. It's vegan. Maybe I should get ramen. I don't know. What should I do? What should I eat? It's a hard, tough decision. But anyway, so what do you feel like there's some lessons or some things you learned, that things you wish you knew before you started sugaring, or your hypergamous journey?
On your hypergamous journey.
Thank me in the morning.
Man, okay. Now, see, she'll never come back down from that high. And this is also the dark side about what she said, the hypergamous journey, the sugar baby, things like that. She'll never come back down. So eventually, at some point, she's going to get to the point to where she's going to outage that situation. And what she's going to do then, when there's no more sugar daddies, there's no more money, how are you going to support yourself? How are you going to take care of yourself? This is the issue that I'm talking about. When women get into this super hypergamy mindset of being a sugar baby and things like that, and they get all these amenities from men, bags, clothes, money, all this type of stuff. This is the problem that a lot of women are going to have if they go down this path. When they actually age out of that program, okay? When they age out, they're going to have a huge issue. Because if they only been relying upon the sugar daddy, lifestyle without any true savings, stuff like that, not trying to figure things out, because 9 times out of 10, most of those women that are living the fast life, they spend it as fast as they get it. It's just like being a dope boy. You spend it as fast as you get it. It's no savings, there's no retirement, it's none of that. No 401k, no pension and shit, So yeah, what's going to happen after that? Because as a woman, her mindset, and women like her, the mindset is going to be too high to deal with a average guy, or a decent man that's living a normal fucking life. They're like cookouts on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? But shit though, he making enough money to make sure that the family's straight. He got retirement plans. He got life insurance. He got this and that. What the other chick say? Hold on. What was the other chick? What was the other chick? I'm trying to see. What the other chick say? What the other chick say? Talking about getting on a man's life insurance policy. You know, where her sugar daddy's life insurance. Well, no. She said that at first. I'm sorry. You know, yeah, no. She's not going to get the life insurance policy. She's not going to get the will. She's not going to be put on the benefits that the men that she's been dealing with all these years can provide. She's not going to get it.
Another thing too, before I go, another thing that I used to like always say all the time is like I never used to want I always used to ask people's opinions on different situations because you know you want people's advice. But it's when someone's never been through that situation or isn't into the same, like, I guess, dating style as you, it's hard for them to even put themselves in your shoes. And I used to get advice from people who weren't even hypergamous, who weren't even sugaring, and they used to give me the worst advice. I'm like, they'd be like, I'd be like, oh my God, like, yeah. So I think what is this? What are you doing? It's interesting to see, what are you doing? I can't even go to Snappy's because is it lunchtime? It's 12. Yeah, probably not. I don't know. What do I want to do?
Okay, so you know, yeah, I guess she's done. You know, but that's the thing. That's the thing, man. And a lot of women in today's society are not understanding where they're going when they decide to engage in such activities, mentally, physically, all the type of stuff. You know, there's no more fathers in the homes to, you know, regulate shit, things like that. And the men that are not kin to women, they don't have no desire to even worry about how these women are moving. So, you know, it just is what it is on that. All right. Of course, we're going to keep this train rolling. And we are about to bring in the coach. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, CGA. It is what it is. And he's going to bring up, of course, we're in the dark side of the sugar baby aspect. He's going to actually add in on the facts. All right, here we go.
Crime and law, CGA. First one up. Have you guys heard about Colorado apartments being seized by Venezuelan gangs out here? Have you heard this news? New world order. All right. Venezuela, this was a rumor. A guy came out and he said there are apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado that have been seized by Venezuelan gangs, and they're running prostitution, drugs, and they're intimidating residents, sometimes forcing them to flee and extorting them. Now, this was supposedly a rumor by the
Okay, I've talked about that too on my page. But yeah, though, let's keep going.
Or fake news by the conservative side to highlight the fact that the migrants are taking over, but they got footage. They set up cameras and they got they got the Venezuelan gangs running hoes and extorting tenants in Colorado. All right, so here we go right here. Shout out to Colorado. Man, y'all ain't safe nowhere out here.
Hold on. Let me get to where I'm trying to go. Because I've already talked about that. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see where we at right here.
All right, we got a deletion. Is this the result of a sugar baby, sugar daddy relationship gone wrong? All right, we're going to go ahead and see if we can decipher what really happened.
Can't imagine something happening to her.
All right, hold on for a second. Why is it on chipmunks mode right here? Let's go back. Normal. Here we go.
Houston police got called to the reserve at 6363 Apartments in Southwest Houston after staff got an anonymous call reporting a body inside the unit. Monday evening, investigators found Panday dead, shot multiple times, and released this surveillance video of a man they now call a suspect, seen walking out of her apartment, timestamped just before 10 Saturday night after friends say they stopped hearing from her.
For it to happen in her home, it's just...
Okay, so this goes back again what I said about having the pimp on the situation, the man in the situation where she's out there doing her thing. You know, it's the protection value that needs to be on site, on scene immediately when a woman is engaging in things like this, to actually screen and actually, you know, for of course, men nowadays know that there are not other men around when women are doing these things. Men aren't stupid. They know that there's no more pimps and all this type of stuff around women, that women are out here solo and doing their things like that. So they, of course, they're not afraid of doing anything anymore when she does run into a psychopath or something like that. And not just a dude that just, you know, he on the dark side. He just want to have a little fun and go back home. It's a difference. So, yeah, that's what's happening.
It's just hard to describe.
Outside her front door, this friend brought flowers to a growing memorial with a message that reads, "Fly high, sweet girl."
Nobody's going to forget her. Nobody can forget her. She just had that type of personality.
Friends say they don't recognize the man.
I can't even imagine or like wrap my head around what she went through when like she saw a man with a gun. And
they describe her as cautious about sharing her address, even with friends.
The pain I'm going through is nothing compared to what she went through.
And wish they could have more time, more laughs, and more memories.
All right, so we see 21 years old. Definitely the man was in his 50s coming out, cleaning up the mess. And she has a face full of makeup. She has her hair done. So we can kind of figure out what goes on. But here's the story now developing that might shed some details about what was really going on.
Who's being revealed in the devastating murder of Muna Pandey, a 21-year-old college student from Nepal. 51-year-old Bobby Shaw is charged with capital murder in Pandey's shooting.
All right, 21 and 51. 21 and 51. All right, here we go.
Devastating murder of Muna Pandey, a 21-year-old college student from Nepal. 51-year-old Bobby Shaw is charged with capital murder in Pandey's shooting death. He is expected to appear in court any moment now. Our Courtney Peel joins us live outside the reserve at 63 Apartments off West Airport Boulevard, where she spoke to one of Pandey's friends. Courtney, she says she knew something was wrong the night Pandey is believed to have been killed.
Yeah, the friend did not want to go on camera, but he tells me that Muna Pandey was supposed to be at their friend's birthday party Saturday night. He knew something was wrong, which he didn't text him back and never showed up. And when he checked her location, it was no longer refreshing. He says he's hoping Shaw's arrest will bring more answers. Flowers lay outside Muna Pandey's apartment. It's where police say she was left for dead for 2 days after investigators say Bobby Shaw shot her multiple times. The surveillance.
So you got a bat out here. You got a dude that's a bat. You know, it's no telling, of course, his emotional state. He messed up out here. I guarantee he is mentally. You know, to make moves like this. And this is the type of danger that a lot of these women be in, with Sugar Baby, Onlyfans, stuff like that, because you do have some Onlyfans models that actually meet up with people that they, of course, meet off the internet, things like that. So, yeah, this is what's going on here. You know, it goes back to the situation, like I told you, you know, like we saw the young lady that went out to Dubai, sent the alert signal to her friends, but they couldn't do nothing about it because she was fucking in Dubai. I mean, you know, But this is the dark side, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of women out here, they don't have genuine male protection anymore. Yeah, they don't want to break bread, this and that. Of course, you know, well, I could just keep all the money and things like that. Okay, then, but at the same time, though, too, when you're going out and you're dealing with these type of when you're dealing with men like this on the dark side, you're not going to always come across men that just want to have fun and go home. You're going to come across some men that have mental issues, psychopaths, and stuff like that. You know, not all men are, you know, mentally stable individuals, just like all women are not. So here we go.
Times. The surveillance camera outside the beloved college student's home, showing what led up to her violent death. Records show Shaw threatened her with a gun outside her door Saturday night, eventually pushed her inside, locking the door. An hour later, police say surveillance showed Shaw leaving with her black purse and stealing her cell phone.
Oh,
Her
no.
friends traumatized.
I can't even imagine or like wrap my head around what she went through when like she saw a man with a gun. And
Panday's body was found after an apartment manager received an anonymous call from a man saying a dead body was inside the apartment. Detectives immediately checked Panday's camera. A friend told investigators they helped Panday put up a surveillance camera because she had a stalker about a year ago. Police received tips from people who recognized Shaw in the surveillance photo. Investigators learned Shaw was a frequent customer at a restaurant Panday worked at about a year ago. It's unclear if the stalking incident is related to him. Another woman told police she recognized Shaw from a Sugar Daddy ad in 2012.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it. When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear nobody say shit. When you see me on the corner, bitch, mind your business.
Yeah, this is the, you know, the world's not going to say this, but I'll say it. This is a sugar daddy, sugar baby gone wrong. Did you?
And it is. And these are the facts that a lot of these women out here are not willing to understand. And they don't know about what's going on when they get into the game, when they choose to be on the dark side. And they have these issues, mental health, all this type of stuff. Listen, look, man. Yeah. A lot of these women are going to run into this. And it's just the facts of life. It's just the facts of life. Yeah, y'all remember that old show out there, Facts of Life. With well, I ain't gonna go on that. I'm not gonna go into that. Yeah, but the facts of life, yeah, man. A lot of women need protection out here when they are engaging in the dark side and they don't understand it. But yeah, though, they don't need men. Okay.
JUCO gone wrong, and there's a lot of dangers at the JUCO for both people, men and women who participate. Yes, the young woman in question was indeed a sugar baby. She was at the JUCO, and he was at the JUCO, and he crashed out. So this is what we're doing here. We can definitely figure out what this young sweet woman was doing. This is actually I'm pretty sure when these details come out and they do some recon and investigation, they're gonna realize she was at the JUCO. All right, so they're gonna realize this. This is the same thing that happened to Mackenzie Lewick and other women like this. The woman in Houston, the other woman in Houston that all the rappers knew, where that man came in and sliced and diced her up, and her father caught him. I don't know if you remember the young lady, but this is the same young thing here that a lot of women are.
Yes, we do remember that young lady. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, we do remember that young lady. We're going to go here now, and we're going to show you the young lady that he's talking about, Miss Mercedes. Okay? We do remember that young lady. And this is a tragic situation that happened in Houston, of course, about 3 years ago. And yeah, It is what it is. Here we go.
Now, the family of an Instagram model who was killed in an apparent murder-suicide is now speaking out. We first told you about the death of Miss Mercedes Moore yesterday.
Authorities say her body was found in her apartment in Fort Bend County, along with the body of a man who killed her on Sunday. And now her family has come forward to share their heartbreak as they search for answers following this disturbing discovery. KPRC2's Jacob Rascone live in Richmond tonight with the new details. Jacob?
The family says they hadn't heard from her for a couple days, so they showed up here to the apartment complex. When no one answered when the dad knocked, he kicked the door in and said he found his daughter there on the floor, already deceased, and her killer upstairs with a knife in him, still alive. To her parents and other family and friends, 33-year-old Janae Gagne was so much more than.
And these are the things that, you know, and obviously she had a family. And yes, we are recapping the situation. Like I said, this was 3 years ago. This made national news. This went viral 3 years ago. And these are the things that a lot of young ladies don't understand, especially when they have loved ones that actually love them. When they choose to get into this type of lifestyle, being sugar babies and OnlyFans models and stuff like that, it don't just affect you. It does not just affect you as a woman mentally, physically. It don't just affect you. It affects your loved ones as well. Now, I get it. Some women don't have loved ones like that. Some women don't have people that actually genuinely care, things like that. I get it. I know it, I've seen things, so I know, but obviously, this young lady right here had family. Miss Mercedes, she had family that loved her and cared for her. She had a father. And this is also proven that, especially in the 21st century, as a man, regardless of whether you have sons, daughters, it doesn't matter. If you have children and you try to raise them the proper way, they still make their own decisions after they become adults. But the problem is that those children's decisions and things like that, they still affect the family. They still affect you as a parent. They still affect you as a cousin, sister, brother, auntie, uncles. Your decisions as a member of your family still affect your family. And this is a prime example of what this young lady was engaging in on the dark side. And it ended up like this.
And friends, 33-year-old Janae Gagne was so much more than an Instagram model.
She was special. Just like she had a few million followers, that's all fine and good. But she was a person, and we miss her a lot.
Searching us out to get the facts. Janae was loved, funny, goofy, crazy as hell. I know, and I shouldn't say that about my daughter, but that's my daughter.
2.6 million followers on Instagram knew her as Mercedes Moore. What happened on Sunday was the family's worst nightmare. Attacked, they say, by a stalker.
How this guy found her, I don't know, but me walking in and finding my daughter.
Oh, of course we know how he found her. She wasn't just on Instagram. I guarantee she had OnlyFans, other websites, things like that, dating sites, stuff like that. She wasn't just on Instagram. And as a father of a daughter, and these are the issues that we deal with as men that have daughters, which, in previous generations, a lot of men didn't have to really think about these things as hard as we have to now. And, our daughters in today's society are basically they're basically under the control of the society. And the super hypergamy and the super over sexuality that we're dealing with in society from both male and female sides and things like that. We're all dealing with this. And this is what it comes up to. Yes, he had a beautiful daughter, but she fell victim to the dark side. And that's just the truth.
And finding him committing suicide was just something that a parent should never bear.
She's very cautious about her surroundings. Unfortunately, someone basically was stalking and killed my baby.
Police say Kevin Accordo lived in Florida and did not know Janae. His only criminal record, traffic violations.
It does hurt as a parent to know you're bearing your child before, you pass away.
Feeling as a father that you can't protect your daughter and something happens like this.
Janae was just a light, to be honest, and not just outside of the home, but she was very protective of me, protective of her dad, and she just was always the sweetest thing.
Exactly how the suspect got here from Florida, got in the house, found her, all of that we still do not know. We watched the family remove her belongings from the home today, and they're currently making funeral arrangements.
Okay, so yeah, and that's the thing, though. That's the thing. So, we're going to go back here, and we're going to continue. And that's the situation that we're talking about here, when a lot of these women don't understand what they're getting into on the dark side here. Because the dark side is real. The dark side is real. And it's sad to see women go out like this. And of course, it's not all women, but the thing of this is that due to the fact that we live in an over-sexualized society, a lot of women, low-key, sometimes may not see a way out other than doing this. It is what it is here. Let's keep going on Coach Greg Adams. Let's keep going.
Are choosing to do this, and men and women are putting themselves in danger in this lifestyle. So then when it happens, they just paint her, oh, she was a wonderful girl, innocent. Well, not so much. She wasn't. All right. She was doing what she was doing. And as a result, sometimes this happens when you pick the wrong person. You've escalated the opportunities for something like this to happen. Sad that this happens. I don't say anyone deserves this, but what's happening is the media is not going to catch up. Yeah, Mercedes Moore was the one. Thank you, brother. Mercedes Moore. And nobody was saying what it was. They were like, why did this guy go in there and what kind of relationship they had? It was a trick. It was a John.
Basically.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it. When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear nobody say shit. When you see me on the corner, bitch, mind your business.
It was one of her sugar daddies. It's obvious, and everybody knew it, but they just stayed silent about it. And this is another situation as well. We don't want to scare people either way, but there are risks to everything. There are just trade-offs to everything. Yes, indeed. But by the way, we actually cover more of these stories on Locals, CoachGregAdams.locals.com. Yes. Mackenzie, what was her name? Mackenzie Moore. Yep, everybody was like, oh, what happened? I don't know. Yeah, man, we know what happened. Ninja was like, hey, you selling that pussy out here for somebody else. I want it. All right, did you guys hear about this? This is speaking of, a rapper named Chaotic talks about getting set up by a female. So this seems like it was not pay for play, but he was being set up by a female to get robbed. On Crime and Law CGA, his name is Chaotic, and he explains it here. I might have to translate. Let's go ahead into the next one right here.
Times I got set up by a girl, and I'm thinking I'm going to her crib to hit. At that time, I used to drink, so I'm drunk off the Hennessy. I actually had a bottle of Hennessy in this hand. I had my scrap right here on this hip. When I told the girl I was there outside, she was like, the door unlocked. She just gave me an apartment number and said the door unlocked. When I walked in, it was pitch black dark, and so I'm like, man, what the fuck? And as soon as I said, what Somebody grabbed me from the back. The person was taller than me. So when they grabbed me, they grabbing me up here. This was still movable. So I grabbed, first thing I did was grab my scrap off my hip. And as
The scrap? He grabbed the scrap. All right, but shout out to him. This seems like a very panicked situation here. Somebody grabbed him from behind, and he grabbed the scrap.
I'm doing it, it was like all up in one motion. Nigga, I seen the nigga coming out the hallway like floating. He wasn't walking, he was floating. The nigga looked like the Grim Reaper. And he came floating down that hallway and I dropped his ass. Bam, bam. And when he dropped, guy that was holding me from the back, he pushed me. Like, he let me go and push me. And when he pushed me, I didn't even see nobody over here, but it was somebody over there. I've been shot because I felt the bullet hit this leg first. I'm just feeling the shot. I'm not knowing what's going on. My gun is no longer in my hand. The last thing I remember seeing was, all right, I'm dead. I got like 7 times in one leg, 6 times in one leg, the back, the scalp, the face. You know what's crazy? No bullet hit a man's artery.
All right, man. Boom. All right. Do they have a picture of the girlfriend that set him up? Let me see right here. They don't have a picture of the girlfriend, but there it is right there. There's the rapper right there. He says he got set up. Looks like he's in front of a housing project. So that might explain that wasn't the day and time. I get it. But it might have been a straggle daggle. You guys got to watch out here, man. This is crazy, man. All for a piece of punani. These girls will set you up. I got some crime and law stories that I can feature related to this subject matter. It gets bad out here. It's bad out here. Yeah, that's crime and law CGA.
So yes, it is what it is out here. It is what it is out here. Shout out to the coach. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Shout out to the coach for you know what I'm saying, featured in the broadcast room. Mad love to him. Yeah, and this is the thing here, man. You know, yeah. And on that last segment right there, men, y'all have to watch out too. Y'all can be set up by these chicks out here, man. This shit is serious. This shit is serious. You know, just to end it off. Yeah, you can be set up out here, man. And that's, you know, it's tragic on both ends when you're dealing on the dark side. It's tragic on both ends when you're dealing in the dark side. So yeah, man, it's wild out here, man. Hey, listen, look, you know, shout out to all you guys out there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing me some love, for real though. Showing me some love. Hopefully, you know, hopefully everybody, you know what I'm saying, you know, got a little information. Hopefully you know, things is good out here, man. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Definitely like to thank you guys for tuning in. You know, shit. If you're on the playback, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Definitely show me some love, man. Definitely show me some love. Hold on. Why am I? Okay. Here we go. All right. So it is what it is, though, man. Shout out to all my subscribers out there. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say.
And that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.
To the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there, the CIA, one love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house, the FBI.
Going back. I'm done playing the child support. You got your man. You're happily married, so you're fine. So nothing I'm doing. That's it. That's the only thing I'm doing.
You're lucky my husband's not here.
Is the office trying to get some more money for you?
Being a rich man.
So.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Hey. So she got this Pookie. She got this Pookie up in her new husband's house. Her husband's house.
What the French toast is that?
Obviously, because she just, like she just said, you lucky my husband not here. Now, y'all caught that right. Y'all caught that. So she got this nothing ass nigga up in, you know what I'm saying, her husband's house and shit, tramping, you know, walking with his fucking shoes all over my fucking Persian rug and shit.
What the French toast is that? Think about.
Look at that. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that. Look at my affair. Not your mother tell don't bring man inside of the house. Don't bring man inside of the house. Don't bring man.
Confirming the woman's name is Tisha Bruley. Family and friends say she was a popular Guyanese socialite and media influencer who lived close by.
People came together Thursday night, placing candles and balloons near Lindbergh and Adina Drives in Buckhead, right near where 31-year-old Tisha Bruley was shot and killed early Tuesday morning.
I honestly never would have thought that something like this would happen to her. This is not what I saw for her.